Welcome back to the MotorFab YouTube channel. Pretty exciting episode, a little Easter bonus episode for you. I know we posted just a day or two ago. We'll get this one up ASAP as well. Easter's been pretty good. I've had a bit of extra time to work on the social distancing Monaro in the background there. It's coming along nicely. This episode you'll see the rear suspension go in, which is really exciting for me because I get to showcase what we do here at MotorFab and how easy our kits go in and the quality of those. So really excited to bring that to you. Some other really exciting stuff happening. There's a lot of little call outs happening. We went through in an early episode. Stevie D, a big fan of the channel, and he's stock bottom end long roof, a station wagon. He was the first to call the Monaro out. Another one is Mark McPherson from Off-Road World down there. He's got a HK Monaro. I'll show a picture. Yeah, that's Marky's car. He's got a 383 small block Chev in that, and yeah, he wants to run me all motor, so I'll turn the bottle off for that one. So that'll be pretty fun. Also, Michael Arnold, you may know him. We MotorFab do the rear suspension in his white ute, which has been very successful. He's been putting together another ute actually. It's a Bitzer. It's all bits he's got laying around in the shop. He's got a little small block he's put in there, and yeah, I'll show you the picture now. Yeah, so Michael's got that ute, and you can see there he's put the bottle in a bit of a teaser. I spoke to him yesterday, and he said that he doesn't necessarily want to put the nitrous through that motor, but if he has to, he will. So that's going pretty exciting. He's called the Monaro out, and this call out stuff is really growing. So I've got a couple of call outs I want to make myself. I've just become aware that there's a bit of a YouTuber, a bit of a channel war already starting to brew. There's call outs from the guys at Street Machine on a couple of other channels, but also a really cool channel that I've stumbled across is Harry. Harry's a current, I think he's a current drag week winner, and he's twin turbo HQ Monaro, and he's building a junkyard Falcon, which is really cool. He's sort of building that same time we're building the Monaro here. So I'd like to call out Harry. I don't personally know Harry, but he's like myself. He's got a 7-second car, so he obviously knows how to get down the track. So I know he'll bring that knowledge to his junkyard build, as will we. Also, the guys from Street Machine, that Harry's got a call out on them. So I'd like to get involved in that, and I think we need to try and get a track when this COVID crap goes away. I think we need to try to get a track day in place where us YouTube channels can battle it out for the junkyard monster. So I've sent Scotty Taylor from Street Machine over there. I've sent him a friend request, but he hasn't accepted me. So maybe he's already a bit scared that the social distancing Monaro is going to gap him. But let's stir the pot. If anyone's friends, which most of you guys probably are friends with Scott Taylor, share him this video, tag him. Get him involved. Let's make this. Let's get Australia's version of Call Out Kings happening. Let's get the YouTubers head to head on the track with their junkyard builds. I don't know if anyone else is doing it in 90 days like I am, but who cares? Let's just cheap, nasty junkyard builds out there on the track, battling it out. It's great. It's great for the scene. It's great for the sport. It's going to be really fun. So hopefully, let's get the support of the fans and let's make it happen. So enjoy today's episode, and yeah, thank you. Thanks for everyone who's been watching. Like and subscribe. It's flying Commodore Borg Warner. I've stripped it all apart because it's a bit of a tedious process. If you haven't done these before, you're not familiar with pulling bearings off, you just replace this bearing on here, which is the back pinion bearing. If you haven't done it before, I'd advise you probably take it to the diff shop because that is a nightmare to get that bearing off, and it's easy to wreck. Front one's easy, so I'll just go through. Where's that old crush washer?
Oh, the old one's in here.
This is our new crush washer I've been banging on about. That's the old one. You can see a little bevel in it. As you tighten it up, it crushes down. and then that provides you with the ring gear, crown wheel and pinion meshing clearance tolerance. So we've machined this up, we've actually machined up at a chrome moly, so then that will replace the crush washer, so it won't crush anymore. So we actually have to set it up in the diff, check it, pull it out, check it, pull it out, and just machine this down to exactly the right size. But that's going to help a lot for strength, because as that drives on the crown wheel, it tries to push away from the ring gear, crown wheel, whatever you call it, and it pushes pressure onto that crush washer. Over time it crushes them down and it gives you a sloppy mesh, broken diff. So that's a big part of making these diffs stronger. So we go over here, we've taken these pins out. They're a bit of a bugger to get out, and then they've got these little roll pins to go through to locate them. So just pull this apart quickly. I've already pulled it apart, cleaned it down, just so you guys can see what's inside. This is spider gear. As I said on the earlier video, it had a tag saying high performance, but it's actually not. It's just an open center inside, so I don't know, someone's already broken it and chinsed out and put a cheap one back in. So there your spider gears. They just come out of the inside there, nice and easy. There's your side gear, I believe it's called. It's gonna be tricky while I got one hand. So you take all that out, that's your bare center section. We've already replaced the bearing on that. It's not exciting watching a video of pressing bearings off and on and swearing and cursing. This is our mini spool. I picked that up off Facebook Marketplace for 50 bucks. Cheap. That slots in there. Pin goes back through, goes through these holes in here. So that's what keeps. Sorry. So the engine drives the gearbox, gearbox drives the drive shaft drives the pinion gear drives the crown wheel is bolted to this, drives that, pin holds the spool to it, and the spline in there, I'll zoom in on that for you, that spline drives the axles drive the cart. Lots of things to break in between, but there you go. It's just a quick simple run through of our mini spool install. This is one of the parts of the build I've really been looking forward to. We're going to rip out the old factory suspension and install, and the old diff, install our diff that we've been working on, and our Motorfab rear suspension. So this is what we actually do here at Motorfab. We're not our normal course of business to build slap together cars in 90 days. So we manufacture our own brand of suspension components. This is our biggest seller. We've sold hundreds of these. This is a HKT and G Holden rear suspension kit. You got the traction bar set up there, the spring, the slider, the bolt-in slider, the upper shock mounts, strange shocks, U-bolts. Everything's available. I won't go into prices and stuff like that because it's all available on our website. If you're interested, please check it out. I'll put a link for this stuff. So yeah, we're going to fit that in this video to the dirty old Monaro, show you how it goes in, a few tips and pointers along the way. Enjoy. Sorry, I had to put the camera down so to get two hands. So to get these out, you can usually see on cars if they're being changed, people bash them into there trying to get them out. Take this off, you can pull this back, sort of right back to there, and then push this and it will come out. And then once that's off, it still obviously won't come down. So what you do is push the, I've already dropped this one out, but push the bush out of that side, and then push this bush out. And then once both the bushes are out, it'll drop out. And there you go, that gets that out of there without any craziness. On this side here, it's really easy because the Holden actually put a recess in the floor so that can pass there. I don't know why they made one side so easy and one side so hard, but yeah, the general is having an afternoon off, I guess. So there we go, out with the old, and now we'll go in with the new. So now we're going to grind the heads off the rivets that run through that hold that shackle mount. This is from the boot side. There's You can get this 6 per side, 12. You can get 9 from the top side, and you can't get the grinder in this side, but you can get them from the underside of the car. So we'll do 9 from the top, 3 from the bottom. Just grind the head off, I'll show you, and then you just tap them through, they just drop out. And the holes that those rivets are through are actually the locating holes for the Motorfab bolt-in slider. So you don't have to drill any new holes at all, which is great. Just all bolts back into the existing floor pan. Right, so we'll just ground that. Obviously, if you've got trim and carpet and stuff in your boot, you can do all of them from the bottom, just to avoid sparks in my face. I've done as many as I can from the top. So we'll grind that down flush with the floor, so you see the other ones there, they're still there, we've just done the first one. And then this should just punch out. There it goes. This one's pretty firm, actually. There it goes, straight out. And that's our locating hole for the kit to go through. So we've got all 12 rivets out, 6 aside. Pretty easy, if you don't mind getting a bit of grinder sparks on you. I just had a look, it took 33 minutes to get them out, just a bit of curiosity. Okay, so I've cleaned everything down. It's not easy to clean, you get covered in shit, but you can't spend enough time cleaning. I can't stress that enough because it is really hard to see the spot welds, even when they're clean. Little tool tip, this job that we're doing here is a weld cutter, spot weld drill I call it. That's just a Renegade one, just a cheap one. It's got this little spring-loaded center bit to center the hole, and you've got this, you can flip this thing around, use both sides. These are great. Doing it the old way with drill bits is just a nightmare. This gets them off so quick. If you're gonna do this job, these are like $14. Go and buy a couple of these. It just saves so much time. Definitely worth it. Okay, so we're back here now. I've finally got the spot welds off. You can see there's a few of them, quite a few actually. So both sides are off. I'll give that a quick clean up and paint. Well, I may as well knock this thing off before I sweep the floor and a nice new bit to go on. But I don't want it to come off on the drag strip. Oh, it's hard. I think we're gonna need a hammer. Oh yeah, there it goes. Righto, we're gonna do the suspension kit install real quick. We're just gonna bang it in the car, tighten everything up later, but we'll just go through to how it goes in. First up, while we've got the diff out, we're gonna put the upper shock mount. Now this little arrangement here, we sell a lot of these strange shocks that work really good with our kits. I actually run them in the ute over here. I've run 780s on these shocks. They're really good and they're cheap. Check them out, they're on our website. So this setup here allows us to bolt that shock setup straight into the car, no cutting, no welding, no making brackets. So while there's nothing in the way, we'll put these in because they're nice and easy. They bolt straight up in the factory threads that are already there for the standard shock. Nice and easy. I can hear Grandad screaming at me, don't start threads with the rattle gun. But we haven't had a problem today. Practice makes perfect, I guess. Put that there. Grab our kit. Things falling out there. So I've just put grease in this front bushing here. That all needs to be greased up. Not too much. So just slot that in the front there. We've got this neat little Torrington setup that goes on the front rocker plate, so you can't over tighten it. Line everything up nicely here.
line up with the hole. That's right. Let it come down. Go in the hole, just get a little hammer to tap them in. In like Flynn. So there should be a nut around somewhere. It's up here. We'll nip it all up later. Right, so then the slider goes at the back here, those rivet holes that we drilled out. It's got a stud welded in, it's just convenient because it will hold it in there. And then I should be able to hold that and go up the top. You won't be able to see up here, but that's okay. Let me just find the rack of them. And there you go, easy as that. That's one side in. Shock me out. Let's grab a shock up real quick too. And that's one side. Obviously, you've got to go and tighten everything now. See up top there? So that goes in there. We try to make everything nice, tight tolerance. Clearance. Wait. Drop your bolt. We'll nip that up later. And you can see that's the perfect height. That spring's right at its full drip there, and you just got a little bit of shock left, so I won't top out the shock. So then that goes in there. Obviously we'll get the other side in the same, and then we can put the diff in. Simple as that. Hey buddy. Kind of already grazed, but hey mate. Oh sorry, don't touch your foot. Oh mate. look at that, our 1038 measurement, and that just slots together like Lego. Straight in. We'll cut these zippy ties, put our U-bolts. This is the beauty that comes, the fact that we've done so many, is things just click together like Lego because we've refined it and we keep getting better at it. Sprinkled all the fruit over the back of our HT social distancing Monaro. I know I ran over this quickly before, but that was last night. Come back today. It's a bit better light so you can just see what's happening. We've bolted these up. If you looked on our Facebook page, you'll see there's a video. You see this this part of the floor is actually curved. There's a different shape here than what there is up here, and it curves that way. I've done a video on our Motorfab Facebook page about how I made up dies to press those brackets so that they meet exactly to the floor, just to make it stronger and neater and not have a gap for dirt and water and stuff to get in. And it folds along this side, that fit nicely in. You would have seen in the installation, it just sort of all clips together. I understand that, you know, you guys at home probably don't have, you know, a hoist or the tools on hand like we do here, and I understand they don't fit together quite as easy as that all the time. I've done a lot of them, so I can put them together pretty quick. So yeah, just to run over, we did the shock brackets. There's our strange billet shocks. I run the exact same shock in bump in. I've run 780s on those on pretty crappy tracks too. Yeah, so that I know they work. I put them in that car to prove that they do work. They're a nice, simple, really cost-effective shock. We've got this loose. We'll set our bars and stuff up as we go. Once we're back on the ground, just got to change the wheel bearings over on the axles, and we're going to drop the tank out and weld the fuel fittings on. So while that's out, I'll put the center through, just give me a bit more room to work. So there you have it. I'm going to pull these old lines out of here. That's our rear end all installed. The short, the thick, the dirty part, the nice clean part. This is what we make, so I've probably put a little bit of extra time into filming the install. So a lot of our customers can see, and future customers can see how nicely they go in the car. Everything's powder coated. Obviously the billet aluminium arms, the parabolic spring with this kit. They work really well. You don't have to go into a long list of accolades that we've achieved with them. You can check that out on our Facebook page. But there you have it. It'll work in this car, we know that. So it'll go nice and straight and fast and hook up and do everything it's supposed to do with a nice, simple bolt-together, bolt-in kit. So also, I sort of missed it earlier in the install. I was rushing a little bit. This is a factory mount in the car. You don't have to modify that at all. You can also see our plate has this cutaway to specifically suit HKTG Holden, so it doesn't hit the floor here like a lot of the other kits. I've been in detail at that over the years. But if you're new to our brand, these kits are specifically designed for HKT or G Holden. We've got a unique bushing system inside there, which means you don't have to modify the pocket at all. So it all fits up really nice, and obviously our bolt-in slider, we've went in detail about that. Getting the old shackle mount out is the hard part. We also covered our bolt-in shock mount so you can take the nice shock. We've just tried to think of everything, so you can put this whole rear end kit in hell of a lot cheaper than back in the days when we had a 4-link everything, and in my opinion it works just as well. We've got some pretty crazy numbers on these rear suspension kits.
Thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe.